Hello everyone and welcome to game 2 of the rapid tiebreaks between Javokhir, Sindarov and Jose Martinez Alcantara. After Jose Martinez won in game 1, everyone thought that, okay, he's just going to play for a draw in game 2. But that could not be further from the truth. What you will see here, I have no idea what I will even show you because there's so much. But let's dive straight into it. Javokhir with white opens with pawn to c4. And remember, Jose Martinez only needs a draw to go into the semifinals of the FIDE World Cup, which means that he, of those 4, 3 go into the candidates tournament. And this is what he decides to play. Pawn to c5. We have knight to f3, knight to c6, knight to c3, and knight to f6. Okay, the 4 knights of the English, that's perfectly fine. g3, g6, keeping it symmetrical. We have d4, captures, and now pawn to d6. Okay, bishop to g6 a bit more common, bishop to g7 a bit more common. D6 also can be played. We have bishop to g2, bishop to d7, and knight back to c2, avoiding the trade and keeping material on the board, as Javokhir needs a win, otherwise he is out. And okay, you could continue with bishop g7, but no, pawn to h5, and it is now, as of move 8, that we have a completely new game. So Martinez trying to get him out of prep. We have pawn to h4 and bishop to g7. We have pawn to b3, pawn to a6, and castles kingside. We have knight to g4 and bishop to b2. Okay, makes sense. Everything is where it should be. The bishop is excellently placed. The knight on g4 also, if you want to weaken your position. Okay, but here not just castles or queen to a5. No, pawn to b5. Okay, you know that you can capture once, but not twice, as the bishop on b2 is undefended. So c captures on b5, we have a captures on b5, and now queen c1. Okay, now the knight can move. You are threatening to pick up the pawn, and Jose Martinez gives it up. Plays rook to c8. Okay, knight captures on b5, frees up the a pawn to be pushed forward, so this has created not one but 2 passed pawns. Knight c to e5, opening up the c file, and knight b to d4. Okay, we have queen to b6, putting pressure along this diagonal, and the idea is to play g5, h4, and open up the h file for the rook. So this is a pretty fierce attack. We have queen to d2 and pawn to g5. Okay, so can you just capture that pawn with the queen? Of course not. The queen is needed here. If you play queen captures on g5, then bishop h6, and not a lot of good squares for that queen. You can capture on h5, but then knight to f6 again goes after the queen, and here you have to give it up. This is covered by the knight and bishop. This is covered by the knight, and there's no square for the white queen, so it would be trapped. So after g5, very, very creative idea. H captures on g5. We have pawn to h4, g captures, and now rook captures on h4. Okay, so the h file opens up as well for the black rook, and there might be something here actually. We have knight to b4 and pawn to e6, and this is where Javokhir shows that he's really an incredible player, because there's only one way to take advantage of this position as white and of your extra material, but only if you play this one move. So do you see the move? What do you play here? Yes, the move is pawn to a4. Congratulations if you thought about this, because you have to start pushing that passed pawn as soon as possible, and that will be your path towards winning the game. We have pawn to d5, closing up the bishop's diagonal. Okay, that's useful. One less cover of the a8 square. We have pawn to a5 now with tempo, queen to d6, and now not a6, because a6 would lose terribly to knight c4. This is just terrible. And now after b captures, queen h2 checkmate. So, of course, you don't want to run into that. So after queen to d6, we have pawn to f4. You have to block this diagonal. And now queen to f8. Okay, the idea is we give up the knight and we go queen to h8. And then we sacrifice the rook, bishop captures, and then queen to h2 will be checkmate. Okay, pawn to e3. First, let's free up the second rank for the queen. So if bishop h1, bishop moves, the h2 square is covered by the queen. Jose Martinez insists on giving up the knight. He plays queen to h8. We have f captures on e5, bishop captures. Now the bishop joins the attack as well. And now a much needed move. Again, a6 is met with bishop h2, so you don't have time to push the pawn right away. King h1, whatever. You go here, here, and the bishop captures on e3 check, wins the queen, and the black is now winning. So after bishop captures on e5, rook to f4. This is the only way to continue the game. And now bishop to b5. Again, another tricky move. Knight captures on b5, bishop captures on b2, knight captures on d5, saying, okay, I don't have to worry about material any longer. Whatever you play, I'm just winning. An knight d6 check coming. I mean, there's really nothing. So king to f8 by Jose Martinez, knight to d6, and look at this, pawn to f5. The idea was that the idea that Jose Martinez is trying to pull off is that after captures, he can go queen h2, but the queen here is preventing that. So he must try some, ingenious way of getting that queen off of the d2 square. He tries pawn to f5. We have rook a to f1, doubling up on the f file, and now look at this, bishop to c1. He's really trying to get it away from there. And even if you trade like rook captures, you don't have to capture with a queen. You can just go rook f1. And okay, black does get something. Let's say rook h1, bishop captures, rook captures, king captures, and queen captures on h1, king e2. But after you give a couple of more checks, let's say king to d1, queen to f1 check, king to c2, no more useful checks. You win some material back, and you're still going to be down 2 pawns. So this is the absolute best Jose Martinez can hope for, and he would be dead lost. But rook captures on f5 is the most precise way. You go after the black king, and that's it. E captures, rook captures on f5 check, king to g7, rook f7 check, king to g6, and now knight to f4 check. King captures on g5, knight to e4 check, and he was in this position on move 35 that Jose Martinez Alcantara resigned the game, as there is nothing more to be done here. So this is the position in a game that Jose Martinez only needed a draw to go into the semifinals of the FIDE World Cup. No, he's not that kind of a player. He will brawl it out every time, as it would seem, and we get games like these. And here you resign because after you move the king, there's only one move that wins for white, but it's the first move you check because it comes with check, and the black king has no square. So, he didn't even want to try if Javokhir would find it. But after you give up all the material, let's say knight f6, queen cap, or rook captures with check, doesn't really matter. You have to give up the queen now, king h7, and just a nice checkmate. You can even go bishop d5 checkmate here. So yeah, like I said, I have no idea what just happened or what we've just seen, but yeah, this actually happened in a situation where Jose Martinez only needed a draw, and he played a game like this. Absolutely brilliant. But yeah, big congratulations to Javokhir. He's back in the game, and anything could happen. And of course, next game I'm showing, you guys know which one it is. So yeah, really hope you enjoyed it. I would like to thank Benjamin Azran, Kevin Burke, Eddie Sphere, Brian Pratt, and David Gasparian for your contribution to my channel. Thank you a lot. Really appreciate it. As usual, you can check 2 of my previous videos here. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon, continuing to check up on your wonderful suggestions and whatever else happens in the chess world. Thank you all. I will see you soon, and have an excellent rest of your day.